Right, coronavirus 12. Haven't done one for ages on this because we all thought it was over, didn't we? Now, I'm not going by any of the internet or what's going on there, except perhaps for the figures, which they seem to admit are going up, but we don't know whether it's flu or what. I'm going by what I've seen around here and where I live in Wales. It seems that, okay, they sent us back to school, they've done all the dropping of the various rules and stuff, and now my friend's hotel, for instance, they've had people go home with coronavirus. Tested positive and went home, and those that were working with them in that particular department went home too. So that's only 11 miles away. Now less than that, about the same distance, is Lampeter. Lampeter's had 450 cases from where I live. Now, my friend went to the very, very last Brecon show, I think to stall, I'm not sure, and he picked up the virus at the show. He's had to go to hospital. He had a stroke at the same time. He's had both vaccinations a while ago. I think he's older than me. Okay, some people, that might happen to some people, Delta variant, etc., I don't know, but that's how close to home it's got. Much closer than before, when we were all locked down and put away and had to get deliveries. So, what's going on? The only thing I can think of that would is the effect on the economy. They couldn't possibly do another lockdown. And as Boris Johnson said, another 50,000 deaths is acceptable. And that's unbelievable. You know, that's like sending your army into battle, saying that they're all going to get wiped out. There's only 50,000 people in the British Army, fighting soldiers. So, you know, what's going on? Is it a money thing again? Okay, yeah, we probably couldn't survive the government paying everyone out again. Got itchy eyes today. There's something going on. I think it's probably pollen. A bit late in the year for that, but itchy eyes. So yeah, that's what I want to say, really. God knows, you know, I've sort of give up with the whole thing. I think I had it in 2019, like I've said in the other videos. I came home from a military show and suddenly had to go to bed for a day, and I was coughing for about 3 months afterwards, and then the kids were coughing for 3 months. The wife didn't get it. So you know, that's if it was that. Could have just been a cough. Now people have looked at the various figures for flu, etc., and they're right down. So what's happening? Is it because they might be right down because we've all been keeping away from each other, or it might be right down because they've thought it's coronavirus and put it down to that. But like I say, I think they're a bit slow to react, because I said it in a coronavirus video quite a few numbers back, that dead people don't take up housing, don't claim benefits, don't claim their pension, add to the economy with all the exaggerated costs for funerals and gravestones, etc., which is what we went through. The mother died indirectly of coronavirus. She wouldn't go to the doctor and died of cancer, basically. But her funeral cost us 3,000 and odd, and now her gravestone's going to cost 3,500 for a bit of stone. Okay, the engraver has to. It's a day's work, isn't it? £3,500. So anyone else, adds to the economy. Yeah, as housing gets freed up, a lot of sort of burdens like the NHS treating old people, that all goes. Now it's young people now who've got it. So what do we? I really don't know. I haven't got an answer. Then there's a sort of big cloud of where it all originated, which I've said already. Why did George Soros go to Wuhan lab and quite a few other people? Why have they decided to make a strain of this particular virus 10,000 times more potent? Why do they do that? We all know the Chinese are a bit sort of, I'm not saying the Chinese people, I'm saying the Chinese government and their dictatorship. Who knows what they're up to? They've clearly got something against the West, even though we still keep buying rubbish off them that breaks in 2 weeks. I've just had another lot of stuff. It says made in China on it. That's electronics that's given up. It's unbelievable. It's okay buying it, but it's a false economy. So, I've had some good things from there, but, like for instance, tools. If you use tools a lot, don't buy Chinese. If you use them once every couple of months, then it's okay. Or if you want a one-job use, then yeah, maybe it's okay. Anything cast, snaps, cast sockets, cast spanners, anything like that, all snaps. Anyway, the thing is, they've got the lab there. It's pretty sure it originated from there now. So what were they up to? Very easy to nip down the road with a tube of this stuff and say, spread it around the market, knowing it's going to get around the world because it's 10,000 times more potent. Yeah. Do they think we're idiots? Or are they completely innocent? One or the other. They must know. I think they expected us all to be dead before we found out. And then there's the virus thing. That virus research and production all costs a fortune. Somebody must be making a profit out of that. Nobody said they're going to make anything profit free. They just didn't say it. Ever. Here's the globe. 2 people sitting on the globe, and a virus comes. This one's got the potential to make the vaccine. Does he charge that person for it? They're living on the same globe. If he does, he's going to remember for the rest of his life and be very, very wary of this person. It's going to cause money causes divides. We already know that. So yeah, really, humans should be working for humans. It should be okay, there should be some kind of reward, but money, a storable item, leads to absolute chaos in the end. If you've got a unit that you can store in a bank and make more money from, that's even worse. It should be cut out all the middlemen, all the banks, and just go straight to a mobile-based reward system at centres of excellence. That would cut out all this, instantly that virus would have been set upon and killed at source if there was not a money problem. And they would have just gone in, somebody would put on their mobile, we have a virus. All the virus people who want to go to their centres of excellence go wallop. And because the centre of excellence isn't money based, they all go. Doesn't matter if there's 1 or 100. It costs the same to send them all. So that's how you deal with a virus in our world. But, you know, we do need the research on these things because they can evolve a lot, as we've seen. A, B, C and D, Delta variant. You know, they mutate and will catch us out one day. These are mild at the moment. We've got a lot worse to come unless we get on top of it. And on top of it means spending money. And money that people haven't got or are limited to, which extends the time that these things can be figured out. So there's no urgency. Oh, I'm not being paid. I'm not going to do it. You know, that's not the way to go. And he might say it because he's got a family to feed and a car to run and a house to pay for. So yeah, again, that's money. If you already had the mode of transport, the house, and could get childcare in just by going like this, then there wouldn't be such a problem. Anyway, you'd have to see the money section in the other bit. There's another section of videos on that. Just put Project X and money in and you'll get that. Yeah, we're that's where we're at. But I mean, I'm still going out. The daughter won't go out. She won't have the injections. The son's had 1 injection. He's back at school. And incidentally, he comes back saying, so-and-so went home with coronavirus. So-and-so had to isolate because they were caught on the mobile standing next to so-and-so. The whole school hasn't been sent home like it was last time. You know, people are getting it now, whereas last time they weren't. But, on the other hand, my friend's recovering. He's now he had a stroke as well. Could that be something to do with the injection or just him getting old? He's now in the stroke ward rather than the COVID ward. So the injection might have something to do with it, him recovering quickly. But again, who knows? But this will all come out in the wash. And those people who are responsible, I mean the Chinese are already trying to cover everything up. You know, they're sending their diplomats to lobby people and even pay them to shut up. Come and pay me if you like, and I'll, mind you, like I say, I don't need money and I don't operate on money really. So, don't pay me. Just come clean, you know. You've got a dictatorship. You know, the thing is, you see, in every country, like the Taliban in Afghanistan, the people holding the guns are the ones who are going to dictate what happens in the end, which is a bit unfortunate. But that's why you've got to have a strong army, even if you don't use it. But there is another way, which Project X has got, that when the worst comes to the worst, will appear out of the woodwork with our deterrent. Put it that way. But yeah, back to coronavirus, which is what this is about. That's really all I've got to say. All I'm saying is things appear worse, but the actions are non-existent. Okay, we still people wearing masks around, and if I go out, I wear one. But there are scientists that say no, that's no good now. Doesn't work. I really don't know. Let's check the time. You've had 15 minutes. But like I say, there really is nothing else to say. I don't know what's happened in other people's countries. We tend to sort of, the media seems to be pro-vax, so they're not going to really say, oh, in so-and-so country this many people have died. You know, and do we, I mean, there's a live thing on YouTube where the figures get updated, and we don't know whether that's real, or, you know, if one of the liberals is running it, like you often find in the background, then is it real? Or are they trying to make everybody, give them a false sense of security? But like I say, what I've seen in this area is now much worse, and but I haven't heard anybody who's died. But on the other hand, I didn't hear about anyone who died before, but the figures are still going up. They expected 30,000 people to die in this country. What is it, 130 at the moment? You know, who is responsible for that? The people who released the virus. Who is that? You know, we've got to find all these things out. But, you know, the China thing seems to be escalating anyway. Now Biden's in. Nobody's really frightened of America anymore. So I'm sure the Chinese aren't worried about any repercussions, because I think Trump would have been the one to, he was the one looking at China, and so they paid indirectly to get him out, along with a few other big financiers who we've used in the past. I mean, they're not, you give them a good idea, they'll pay for it. But one of their ideas was population reduction, which is what my father used, promised them the ability to reduce population if he paid them so much when he was in government. So we have used them, or loosely the X project has used them. So yeah, coronavirus 12. What do you think? I don't know whether anybody watches the videos or not, but I'm sure they've got their own ideas. Everyone seems to be different. Nobody's got any real guidance, because nobody knows who's come up with the guidance in the first place. Could be anybody, couldn't it? Anybody with an agenda, or government not wanting to spend money again. Okay, thanks a lot.